Let's take a jib view of, that's what we call the camera up there. This is how the country looked in 2004 when George W. Bush won his second term, all right? Blue states or Democratic states in the Northeast and along the West Coast, red states or Republican states almost everywhere in between. The electoral math gave Bush a narrow margin of 34 votes, meaning if all things remain equal, the 2008 race could come down to just one key state switching colors. And joining me this morning, Michael Crowley, senior editor at the New Republic. Good morning.
Great to see you.
We had you at our Veep Stakes anti-technology board. Now we have an anti-technology map of the United States. First things first, want to talk about the lipstick on a pig comment. Yeah. Gaffe, intentional, somewhere in between. What do you think?
Unintentional, pretty harmless comment that I think the McCain campaign wants us to discuss as a gaffe. I really think that Obama was not talking or thinking about Palin, but what this illustrates is the trouble that Palin causes for the Democratic ticket, because the Republicans are in a position to say any comment like that, that's sexism, you're talking down to her, you're not showing respect to a woman.
Right.
It's a really hard thing for Democrats to deal with, and you can tell they're a little psyched out by it. We'll see whether or not it works in the short term. I actually think it is working a little bit for the Republicans, to Obama's dismay.
There you go. She literally is the proverbial third rail. You touch it and you're going to get shocked.
I think that's one reason they picked her. They knew they were going to be able to do that.
So let's go back to our map. This is exactly what it looked like 4 years ago. These are how the states went. But we want to talk about some specific states here, which in the end, you can look at these polls. Nationwide polls are as close as can be. It comes down to the individual states.
Yes.
Colorado voted Democratic. I voted Republican 4 years ago. It's only 9 electoral votes. Is there a chance it could go to the Democrats this time around?
Absolutely. I would say it's probably the likeliest state to flip. It's hard to say for sure, but I think it's a good contender. You have a lot of really interesting things happening here. One of them, in favor of McCain, is the number of evangelical voters who are there around Colorado Springs.
Colorado Springs, exactly.
Where did McCain and Palin go right after the Republican convention?
Colorado Springs.
Huge rally in Colorado Springs. Evangelical voters are there. On the flip side, Obama is favored by a lot of Latino voters, up to 20% of the electorate there.
Okay.
So look for a possible flip there.
Okay, and Megan's at our thermometer, and these will all go up and down as these switch, if in fact they do switch. But the polls in these states are unbelievably tight. Virginia, which has been a red state forever, could it go blue?
Virginia definitely could go blue. The Obama campaign is working really hard in Virginia. They have high hopes for it. It's traditionally a red state. As you say, the South has been very red. Democrats seeing maybe some inroads, some of the Northeast kind of trickling down there. But I think what's really happening, it's not that the South as a whole is going Democratic. It's that Virginia, the state, is changing a little bit. You're getting socially liberal suburbanites around Washington, Northern Virginia area. That's changing the demographic of the state.
Democratic governor, and brand new Democratic senator.
Exactly. Two big stars, Mark Warner and Tim Kaine, who we talked about when we did the Veep Stakes board. Big stars. Democrats as a party have momentum in that traditionally Republican state.
And if they change those 2 states alone?
22 electoral votes, that's
plus or minus, that could be enough to make the difference?
Exactly.
All right, we're going to get back to this board a lot more as the season goes on, and we'll have a little more time. We'll have a lot more fun.
Good.
Michael Crowley, thank you so much.